Might have unmuted myself. I'm also sorry about yesterday. I had to end the stream because shit happened. The game is still loading for some reason. What driver you on? Oh, that explains a hell of a lot. Huh. This shop sells food. Those are the items on the counter. That's food? I can't imagine what they taste like. I thought you might be surprised. Your countrymen were too in the beginning. Come, you must sample some. Choose one and I will purchase it. Items on display are our most popular. I recommend one of them if you're here, if this is your first time. Select an item. It's the salad paste. This is the side for those who are concerned about their figure. With its blend of 9 varieties of vegetables, it will help your efforts to slim down. Fashion models swear by it. And youth can't get enough of the stuff either. This here is cultivated steak. It's not quite the same as the real thing, they produce in the outskirts, but it's a sight more affordable. This particular product is known as Gold Label, and it's a delicious hybrid of beef and chicken grown at the plant on the 4th level. These things sound horrible. The synthetic fruit pellets. They are our best approximation of the taste and texture of grape. I've never tried the real fruit, so I can't say how faithful they are, but there's no denying their popularity. Ugh. The revivifying tonic. I take it you're thirsty. The flavour is a sublime blend of sweet and salty, and it stays fresh for over 10 years thanks to the special container. Keen on the perfect meal bar, are you? It's all the nutrients your body needs packed into a single foodstuff. The flavour is formulated to never taste dull, and one bar will satisfy you for a whole day. Many folks prefer this to taking multiple meals. What is wrong with this place? This is the least disgusting sounding one, above all. Ugh. Eating the mealworms and shadowberries. Following Will Clement's lead, you sample your selection. The spices give it just the right amount of lip kick. I could eat this every day. Don't mind them. They're just happy to see your honest reaction. And how about you? It's pretty good. This does take me back. Though it was chaotic when the people of Chililal first arrived, we endeavoured to learn about one another and embrace our differences. What about you, Sven? Aren't you having something to eat? Appreciate the thought, but I'm fine for now. Thank you. Alright, but what's your favourite food? If you don't mind me asking. Why do you wish to know this? Because I want to get to know you better. Why else? The more you know someone, the more you grow fond of them. That's what my old man believed, and my experience have led me to believe the same. The souls of our enemies. Is it such a difficult question? I'm sorry, it's just... When I think of those who labor to bring us food, I find I can't settle on one thing. I thought I was indecisive, but you're something else. Indecisive? Perhaps I am, but you didn't need to laugh about it. Uh-oh. I don't think I can actually stream today. This is unfortunate. Ugh. Oh, that's why. We'll go to the residential. Oh no, we'll be on that way anyway. I thought the residential was over here, but it's not. Okay. Oh, good. What's in here? Ooh. Ah. Huh? 7. What? Oh. This is Mosaic, a cafe. Here you can buy drinks and enjoy it while you relax. I see, in Tilliala there's a similar establishment called that. That's seashells in the local tongue. Is there a story behind the name Mosaic? There is. In our continent, the races are named for stones. There's a hewn who resembles some Tonawata, and tall and graceful Eldite, and the diminutive and affable Malala. When they all gather here, they appear as a mosaic of colours. Thus did the founder choose the name the cafe. It's nice. If they serve tacos here, it'd be perfect. Tacos? A traditional Turali dish, and one of my favorite foods. You must try it one day. Yes, definitely. We'll make it happen once we've restored peace to Tuliolal, right? Let's continue on. So, I'm under the impression she can't eat food. And if you missed yesterday's stream, or any of my last Final Fantasy Stories streams, they're a bit old, and I didn't upload them, so you won't. If you gorge yourself on souls, like Void Scent, you can no longer eat normal food, or you find it repulsive. Because you devour souls, human souls. And here we are. These buildings are where our citizens live. They're massive. Each one is bigger than the palace. They have to be. But just about all Alexandrians have apartments here. Lest you wonder, I'm here to visit some people. Their apartment is in the building on the left, at residential radius 9-14. That's right, come. The doors open automatically. Real quick. This is the lobby, a common area for residents. I see. And what does that machine there do? Ah, the concierge. They look after the residents. If you require assistance or have questions, they would be glad to assist. Is that so? No shortage of questions, but I'll direct them at you for now. By all means, you may consider me your personal concierge. This is the place. A mother and son live here. Hello, Isidore. Your Majesty, you came. I have friends with me today. Is that alright? Of course. Friends of the Queen are friends of ours. Please, make yourselves at home. How has Milos been? There's been no change, but the symptoms are thankfully mild today. Have you missed me? My son was born with Levin sickness, a severe etheric imbalance towards lightning. As a result, he suffers from paralysis. He cannot walk and struggles to speak. For a blessing, he still has his hearing, and even on bad days he can communicate with his eyes. I see. Sphene visits often then, does she? She does. Milo simply adores her. He sometimes even manages to smile when she's here. What of yourself, Isadora? How have you been holding up? You needn't worry about me, Majesty. You always make time for us, and we have everything we need. I'm glad to hear that. But you mustn't strain yourself, understood? There is nothing you can do for him. Perhaps a treatment with souls, or... Unfortunately, no. While souls can revive those who have met with an accident, They cannot reverse the effects of old age and illness. Truth be told, many children are born like Milos. The illness has existed for generations, but we've been unable to find a cure. The cause is quite clear, though. The excess lightning in the environment. It's no coincidence the number of cases has risen dramatically these past 30 years. It's all my fault. What was that? I'm sorry, Isadora, but I must be going. I promise to make a proper visit next time, with treats to share. There's no need to apologize, Your Majesty. If it weren't for you, Milos and I wouldn't still be here. You, Queen Sweet. It was my pleasure, Milos. I'll be back soon. So be a good boy, for your mother and for me. We could help him. Etheric imbalance is very similar to primal enthrallment. In a way. My thanks for accompanying me on the visit. The illness is part of life in Alexandria, and I thought you should know about it. We'll find a cure one day, and mark my words. We'll make it so unfortunate children like Milos smile again. We can help! Well, let's continue the tour, shall we? Look, you obviously have duties to attend to, citizens to look after. We can stop here if you like. No, I'll do this because I want to. So please, do not worry. Next, I'll show you... Sorry. Next, I'll show you one of the district's most vital facilities. A place called Resolution. To reach it, you'll need to go by way of Laynode 9, where the Aetheryte is situated. I need a drink. Ugh. The conveyor ahead will transport you to the government sector, where Resolution is located. The markers on the conveyor indicate its direction, and there is a pair just like it on the other side. Is it safe? Extremely. There's no need to be afraid. Who said I was afraid? Come on, Luna. And here we are, Resolution, the operational heart of Solution 9. From Resolution, we oversee the running of the district and provide essential services to citizens, such as welfare support and job introductions. It's quicker to show you than tell. So let's proceed inside.
Strange contraptions everywhere you look. What's that?
An infusion station. It dispenses souls in exchange for credits. Through hard work, citizens can obtain the peace of mind provided by spare souls. It's the way of life for Alexandrians, and has been for quite some time. But I imagine it must be difficult for outsiders to comprehend.
That's putting it lightly. To be honest, it sounds disturbing. Still, I won't dismiss it out of hand. Practices like these don't arise from nothing. There's a reason why your culture is the way it is, and I'd like to understand. Won't you tell us some of your realm's history?
With knowledge comes appreciation.
Very well. Be warned, though, that it may take a while. In the distant past, over 1,000 years ago, it's said, lightning energy began to swell in our world. According to ancient records that date back around 8 centuries, the rainy season spanned a quarter of the year, during which time severe thunderstorms ravaged the land. 4 centuries later, this season had lengthened to nearly half the year. The trend continued, with our ancestors spending longer and longer languishing beneath storm clouds. Crops failed and livestock starved. But amidst this growing desperation, a miraculous material was discovered that promised salvation: electrope.
The stuff that's used everywhere here.
Indeed. One day, when out inspecting a forest after lightning had caused a fire, a villager came upon a curious black ore none had seen before. Testing revealed that the ore possessed a singular property. It could store lightning and convert it to other energies. In that instant, the scourge of endless storms became a blessing. Dubbed electrope, the ore found use in myriad inventions and dramatically improved people's lives. So much so, in fact, that all nations soon became dependent upon it, despite the difficulty of obtaining it in quantity. Supply was chronically scarce, and when nations couldn't meet their needs with their own deposits, some resorted to taking electrope from others. Fighting was isolated and sporadic until electrope came to be used in warfare. First in the weaponry of invaders, then in the countermeasures of defenders, and then in every aspect of combat where an advantage might be had. This served only to exacerbate the ore shortage, leading to further escalation. Before long, the entire world was engulfed in a terrible war known as the Storm Surge. As the war came to a head, Alexandria's neighbor, Lindblum, committed its stores of electrope to the production of a weapon of mass destruction. They deployed it on the front lines and triggered a calamity of frightful magnitude. Not even their own scientists had anticipated the force of the lightning that was unleashed. The energy inundated the entire continent, laying it to waste.
So that's how your world came to be this way.
Put in mind of the flood of light.
You truly know a great many things that I don't. I should like to learn about you too sometime. But to continue the tale, the people of Alexandria had already lost much to the war. They lost almost everything else to the Levin. Those who survived bore deep scars, tormented by the memory of loved ones taken too soon. Though they yet lived, the cruel spectre of death was with them always. Seeking a solution, our scientists turned once more to electrope, and after extensive research, they developed the means to preserve memory and soul. Physical death isn't the end. So long as our memories endure, we may live on. This belief sustained us then, and it sustains us now, granting us comfort.
That's quite a tale.
Your Majesty, help me! I beg you, help me!
What's the matter?
I've got no souls left. Not a single one! But the lot at Soul Supply refused to give me any! Please, you must do something!
My apologies, Your Majesty. This man, he does no work. Instead, he drinks his days away on Trueview. He has only himself to blame if he has no credits for souls.
That's not true! I'm a fighter at the Arcadian. Or rather, I was. I haven't been allowed to fight because of the King's decree. It isn't my choice.
I see. You're a brave warrior of the arena. I want to help you, I sincerely do. But I cannot give you preferential treatment.
Then open up the Arcadian again, so I can fight!
I'm sorry, but that's not my decision to make. The king requires feral souls for war. He doesn't wish for them to be expended on amusements.
You're useless! A queen in naught but name!
Insolent wretch! How dare you take that tone with Her Majesty?
It's quite all right. Such things don't bother me, nor do I think ill of this man. Hear me. Though I cannot grant you a soul, I mean it when I say I want you to live. I love all of you equally, dearly. You are as family to me, and it pains me to see you deny yourself hope. I want you to find a happiness all your
Oh my
own,
God.
even if you must grow it from the smallest seed of joy. Out there, somewhere, is a reason for you to smile again. We all need to vent our frustrations from time to time. I will always be willing to lend an ear.
Yes, Mum. Of course. Even without a spare soul, I suppose I'm fine as long as I stay in Solution 9. I apologize for my rudeness. Good day to you.
Keep your chin up, my friend. And when you feel better, I'm sure you'll find another way to apply your talents. I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's keep moving, shall we? Right, I believe we've visited all the main facilities. With that, I declare our tour concluded.
That man from before, does that sort of thing happen often?
Somewhat. It's unavoidable. Hardships are a fact of life. Our soul management system has sustained our realm for generations, but it isn't without flaws. For one, people have become accustomed to having spare souls. Without them, they feel vulnerable and anxious. Some claim it may also have contributed to a decline in births.
Just thinking out loud, but would it be possible to do away with the system?
No.
I know it isn't easy to change one's beliefs and way of life. The Mamolja had their reasons for their reliance on blessed siblings, much as you have yours for souls. But if we defeated Zorolja, you'd be able to make all the decisions, right? Then we could work together to fix things, restore your realm to where it belongs, and see where we can go from there.
Listen to me. There's something that I need to tell you.
What is it?
Actually, never mind. It's nothing of import. Well, it was lovely showing you around.
Of course. Of course. Thanks so much for the tour. We've learned not only about your realm, but you as well. For now, our priority is Zorolja. But once we've dealt with him, perhaps I can return the favor and show you to Lihiolal.
I'd like that very much. It seems I've no choice but to continue down this path. Forgive me, Vau Wuklamat, but I must disappoint you.
Um. Game telling me it's on fucking requirement. Okay. Yes. explain that. Oh, what? Why that does that? Whatever, it's over. And I got the level I needed. I did want to do the other things so we get gear, but it's fine. Being genuinely cares for people. I can respect her for that. And thanks to her too, I've come to better understand the lives of the Alexandrians. They don't feel so strange and distant anymore. So we're supposed to go to a place called True View in the eastern sector. This conveyor ought to take us there. You know, once you get used to it, they're actually kind of fun. You noticed it too, right? The resemblance to Sorolja? Blue scales of a Benoit and the features of a Hobbigo. This can't be a coincidence. At any rate, it wouldn't do to leave such a small child on their own. Come on, let's go after him. This is True View. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but it seems lively. That building just about the only one that isn't lit up. Not open for business at the moment, I guess. Not yet. I want to grab at least one of the aetherytes here. Just in case. He wanted to bring us. What is this place? If you're meant to relax here, it isn't working. Hey, what's your name? So you're not inclined to talk. He'll learn to talk if he's completely comfortable with you. You know him? After a fashion. But never mind that. How about something to wet your whistle? Adorable as you are, it's on the house. I can recommend our special, Her Majesty. I'll prepare one without liquor for the boy, too. Thanks, but no thanks. We're supposed to meet a friend named Kafka. But we ran into the child on the way, and he let us here. Oh, so you're with Coca. In that case, go and have a chat with Big Tessos there. He'll show you to a fun place. What about him? I don't think he's in the mood to talk. So he can tend the bath with me. This is taking a turn for the strange. But you don't think we're walking into a trap, do you? Damn if this doesn't have suspicious written all over it. What is this fun place meant to be? Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out. This area is normally off limits, but Kafka's told us about you. Just follow the corridor and head into the room at the end. Just go, little. Whatever happens, you won't catch me being surprised.
Wonderful! They're here!
We've only just arrived ourselves.
Amazing.
I bid you welcome to the back room. Oblivion's humble headquarters.
A hideout tucked behind a drinking hole. Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Our members here are mainly creators and adapters. That is, scientists and engineers who specialize in electro. They use their skills to provide support to our field operatives. Geralt, Shale, be so kind as to give our friends an overview of your duties.
Well, there's provisioning. Gotta have supplies to fight a good fight, ain't ya? Luckily, we got the tools to craft most of what we need.
Gathering intelligence is another vital aspect of our work. Everkeep's core system is a veritable treasure trove of information. You just need to know how to get in and find it. We also handle surveillance and communications, watching the enemy's movements and coordinating our own, that sort of thing.
And among all our activities, we spend a fair bit of effort investigating preservation. The organization credited with laying the foundations of electrope technology. From the soul management system to Everkeep's design, they're behind just about everything you see here. It'd be no exaggeration to say they made this realm what it is. But their magnum opus was without a doubt the power which was used to join Alexandria to Tural. Interdimensional fusion.
Said power isn't unlike my summoning technique and the magic within Azam's crystal. Yet, though the effect is localized, to be able to fuse realities. Even with my knowledge, I struggle to conceive how it could be possible.
Incidentally, the founders of our group, a husband and wife, were members of preservation at one point. But they opposed the fusing of worlds, and so defected in order to prevent it.
While not entirely unexpected, given what we have seen, this is still quite the revelation.
By the by, that's an interesting earring you have there. A novel way of carrying a data storage device. Oh, you didn't know? Well, as a precautionary measure against machine infiltration, we scan everyone as they enter. And when we scanned you, we detected a small quantity of electrope. Though it's been dressed up, that earring is a storage device and no mistake. Bought it from a shop here, did you?
No, it isn't bought, but inherited.
So these people sent you through the portal along with the earring?
Do you know aught of them?
Listen, Cryo. The husband and wife who founded our order. It's believed that they were Malala. Though we have no evidence at present, we can't rule out the possibility that they were your parents, or perhaps close relations. This I posit because they were the very individuals who spearheaded the research into interdimensional fusion. As traitors to preservation, they were relentlessly pursued. If they had a child they feared they couldn't keep safe, entrusting her to the people of another world might have been their best option.
My parents, the founders of Oblivion. Tell me everything you know about them, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Anything and everything.
We don't even know their names, I'm afraid. In a bid to elude preservation's agents, we suspect they erased all trace of themselves. I'm sorry we couldn't be of more help. If you're interested, though, you're welcome to review our accumulated data.
Yes, please. As an individual and member of my order both, I wish to learn as much as possible.
I should also like to peruse the data. Where the joining of realities is concerned, I may well be of service.
Of course. Feel free to peruse to your heart's content.
Thank you.
If you like, I can examine your earring. I have to say, the prospect that it belonged to our founders has me itching to take a look.
I dare say we have enough eyes to pore over your records. Is there any other way we might be productive?
Not right now. We're still waiting for Zoralja to make the next move.
In that case, Alice, would you mind accompanying me?
Gladly.
Ah! I've buggered it up again!
Never a moment's peace. Pay him no mind. I don't.
Oi! You two there! One of you give me a hand, would you? Don't matter who.
I just remembered I have matters to discuss with Shale.
I've been meaning to ask about that Mamulja child. Could he be...
Yes. In all likelihood, he's Zoralja's son.
So you think so too? But what is he doing here?
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the Drift Downs a few years ago.
To think he'd cast aside his child.
We can't say for certain who he was born to, or why he was on his own. But he's a blue-scaled Hubigo, and Zoralja is the only other one around. That being the case, everyone assumes they're father and son. Even the boy has put two and two together. This all happened when he was very little, so he has no recollection of his parents. It breaks my heart to think of it.
What's his name?
Gulja. It was my hope that he'd grow up to be a man of principle, like his grandfather.
It's a fine name.
I should mention that the boy is a little unusual. At first, I intended to raise him as my own. But just when I thought he was warming to me, he suddenly disappeared. We searched high and low for several days. And where should he turn up? But in the wilds near Everkeep.
What? It's a miracle he didn't fall prey to fiends.
See? That's another unusual thing. Creatures don't seem to attack him. He could pick his way through the Thunder Yards as if he were on a stroll. On making inquiries, we learned that he had been living alone and receiving food from the people of the outskirts. This became something of a pattern. We track him down and bring him back, only for him to disappear again within a matter of days. He would return to the wilds without fail, and once again rely on the kindness of strangers to survive. Finally, I took the hint and left him be, giving him the solitude he prefers and lending a hand only when he explicitly asks.
If Gululja is Zoralja's child, that makes him my nephew. Assuming he's willing, I'd be glad to take him in like Papa did for me. But seeing as I'm here to kill his father, I don't know if it would be right.
Who was that?
Oh dear. It's Gululja.
Don't tell me he heard everything.
Oh, this is my fault. I asked that he be kept away, but I should have taken more precautions.
I'm going after him. I need to explain.
Wait, Lamaji. I understand your haste, but it'd be best to coordinate a search. Kapkiwa, do you have any idea where he might go?
There's no telling, I'm afraid. He could as easily be outside the tower as here in Solution 9.
If those who can fight would search below, my mother and I will scour the district.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to it.
My eyes may be useless, but my ears are sharper for it. I can recognize people by their footsteps, including Galuja. So he didn't come this way. Where in the world could he be? I do not know your voices. Who are you to Galuja, and why do you search for him? I'm family, though we're not related by blood. His father is my brother. I only just met Galuja, and we haven't had a chance to talk properly. But I'm about to do something that will make him hate me, and I wanted a chance to explain. His father is your brother. Then that means you're... Yes, I'm Muklama, Valve Resolve of Tuliolal. And I've journeyed here to bring my brother Zerulja to account for murdering our people and our father.
You want a cup of tea or something?
Yes, please.
You've had some indeed, have you?
If you could call it that.
You made throw a heap of meat at you.
Yep.
Not healthy.
Nope.
You want some toast?
If that's okay. When all is said and done, Galuja may want nothing to do with me. Nevertheless, I will always consider him family. I'll always be there for him, and I want him to know that. It tears you apart to do what you must. The quiver in your voice tells the tale. Galuja was headed south. There he has a place that is as close to a home as he gets. As he knows. Find and bear your heart to him. Should he in turn bear his heart to you, accept and respect his wishes. As Queen's Fiends respects ours, and she granted us a place in her realm. I will, don't worry. But, what do you mean when you say Fiend respected your wishes? Out of concern for our well-being, Her Majesty had urged us to reside inside Everkeep. When we declined, not only did she gracefully accept our decision, she granted us the necessary supplies to make our home here. And since then, she has paid us regular visits to see how we fare. That sounds like Sphene, alright. Well, thanks for telling me about Galuja. I'll find him, and then we'll have a good talk. We continue south, it seems. Let's keep an eye peeled as we make our way. Mike. Wow. East. It's a town. And half of it is submerged. It actually looks nothing like what I've seen so far. It's more Charlie. And there he is, among the ruins. I only caught a glimpse, but there's no mistaking that tiny silhouette. Let's hurry after him. It'll be a disaster if a building collapsed while he's inside. Thank you. Apricot jam. Oh yeah, another one of these.
He's come a long way on such short legs. It's a relief he didn't get hurt.
What's here, I wonder? So he's looking after those little ones.
Gululja.
Not another step!
What? A sentry?
Run, Gululja, run!
You know the boy. Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Wuklamat, and I've come to talk to Gululja.
Is that so?
I'm sorry if I scared you. I want to get to know you better. That's all.
And you, my boy, do you wish to speak with them?
I heard them talking. She said she's going to kill my father.
Villains! I will deal with them forthwith!
But... I want to get to know her too.
Excuse me.
I see. If that is your desire, then I shall stand aside.
All right then. Let's talk, you and I. Lots. But, who's the ancient-looking and articulate machine?
If I look ancient, it is because I am. This has been my vessel for no less than 380 years.
Vessel?
Otis is my friend. When I was hungry and sad, he came and looked after me. He cooks for me and teaches me all kinds of things. Like how to read and write and not be noticed by dangerous creatures.
This machine cooks for you?
And teaches you about fiends. What is he exactly?
Ah! How remiss of me. I had neglected to introduce myself. Sir Otis Valona, Lord Captain of the Royal Knights of Alexandria. At your service.
You're captain of the knights?
Seem different from the other machines. What's your story?
And there I thought it was Gululja with whom you wished to speak. Not that I'm averse to taking a walk down memory lane. But ere I regale you, we must take our repast.
A meal. Here. I hate to turn down food, but I'd prefer to have this conversation in the back room.
Please, I'm really hungry.
all right. A riposte it is.
She's going to spoil her nephew silly. I'll send word to Erenville so the others can stop worrying.
Now, if I might prevail upon your assistance, I shall whip up my most delectable specialty.
Little baby Galuja appears to be using a Lalafell skeleton. For its animations, anyway. So, my new friends, I would enlist your aid in procuring the ingredients for our repast. After all, the most enjoyable meals are those we make together. After to pitch in, of course, what ingredients did you have in mind? First of all, some yam and pumpkin. The people of the outskirts should be willing to share their harvest. If Galuja could go and speak with them. If you're in Galuja, go and speak with them. Sure, I'll ask for the cast-offs too, as usual. As for Luna and Alice, I would be obliged if you could procure some wolfback meat. The creatures can be found gazing on the slopes outside of town. As beef is less readily available, their flesh makes for a good substitute. That of the younger ones especially, as it is more tender and less gamey. Consider it done. We'll be back with me before you know. Thank you kindly. In the meantime, I shall see to other preparations. Shit. Yes. There it is. Okay, so I missed one. But nice to know I only missed one. Instead of all of my fucking Endwalker ones. That's up there somewhere, yeah. Good heavens you have. And such a choice cut. Just plain you know how to handle yourself in battle. Were it 400 years ago, I would have recruited you to the Royal Knights. Once LSA brings her portion, we shall have a glorious bounty to satisfy growing younglings like us yourselves. Indeed, I expect there will be ample leftovers to share with the good folk of the Drift Downs. They always appreciate a warm meal. Now, seeing as you have completed your task so quickly, I have another request to make of you. We've exhausted our supply of Kindle electrode, and I should be grateful if you could show us the houses yonder or more. In the Old Kingdom, electrode rations were issued to each citizen, whilst small fragments may still be found in each. If you can obtain 5 pieces, say, at least one ought to be what we require, that is. The kind of that converts lightning to fire. Galuja can identify them by their circuitry, so pray take them to him. The boys have become quite adept at discerning electric types, and in a very short time, I might add. Now, off you go. Back over there. Got the exit. Okay, got this building. this kind of thing. This is the kind of thing families do. Yeah. We have meals together and talk about what's on our mind. So you ate with your father? Yes, with them and my brothers. It was mostly the head of Resolve, I doing the talking though. Guana and the head of Reason occasionally joined in, and Zeralja spoke when he was spoken to. You said that you have two papas. Does that mean one is yours and the other is my father's? No. Both are our fathers. He's what people call blessed siblings. A Mamulja with two heads. Zeralja is his true-born child, while Corin and I were adopted and don't share the same blood. But that doesn't make us any less family. What matters is that our hearts are connected. The head of Resolve taught me that. Yeah, mate. Do you have someone like that too? A person you think is family, even though you don't share the same blood? That's a good question. What about you? I do, and they're very dear to me. I'd like to meet them one day. So, Gulja, I'm hoping that we could be family, you and I. What'd you tell me about yourself? You really want to know about me? I do. I want to know all about you. The things you love, the things you hate, anything and everything. I want to know all about you too. That reminds me. We were hoping to hear your story too, Otis. As you wish. Be forewarned that mine is a tale that will be long and recounting. It was before lightning had altered the world that I was appointed Lord Captain of the Royal Knights. We're talking hundreds of years prior to the calamity, right? Indeed. Earlier still than when I assumed this mechanical form. 454 years ago, to be precise. Then you used to be a normal person. Oh yes, I was once flesh and blood like you, and I proudly served as a knight of Alexandria. So rather than a machine that behaves like a person, you are an actual person. How is this possible? It is only natural that you are confused. Hear my tale to the end, and all shall become clear. The foremost duty of the Royal Knights was the protection of the royal family. In my time, it was Her Majesty's, the King and Queen, and their only child, Her Highness the Princess. By then, every nation of our star was embroiled in some manner of conflict over Electro. Thus was our kingdom drawn into a war with its neighbours. That war was the catalyst for the great calamity that altered the environment. Countless countrymen lost their lives amidst the chaos, the king and queen among them. For a blessing, we were able to protect the princess, who then rose to the occasion and brought hope to her people in those trying times. So kind-hearted was our young queen that, at her behest, we even took in refugees from the enemy nation. But sadly, her reign was cut short, like many others. Her body had been ravaged by lightning, and one day she collapsed and passed away. How tragic. Aye, there was a citizen whose eyes remained dry, and many a moon was spent constructing a great tomb worthy of her memory. Yet I clung to hope still. While Her Majesty was on her deathbed, the kingdom's finest scientists had successfully extracted her soul. Did we hear that right? Extracted her soul. Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we may live on. This age-old belief had always comforted our people. But as casualties mounted in the wake of the calamity, we sought to make it into reality through the power of Electro. In time, we succeeded in developing the means to preserve the soul, and it was used to spare the Queen eternal death. Yet it wasn't enough to simply prevent the soul's departure, for the ultimate goal was to recreate a person as they were in life, and this required that their memories be further extracted from their soul. It took many more years of research to make this possible, by which time I had become a grey old man. With my days numbered, I did not hesitate to volunteer myself as a test subject for the procedure. So it was that I attained this vessel, and by my successful rebirth I paved the way for those who are recreated from the memories of the departed. The Endless, they are called. If your tale is true, then the queen that your people brought back to life it wouldn't be Sphene, would it? Oh, so you know Her Majesty as well. My description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you no doubt felt in her presence. I haven't met her myself, I confess. Not since assuming my current form. Wouldn't want to frighten the living daylights out of her. That's why she can't eat. I was wrong! But I'm kind of happy to be wrong. Because we don't want more Void Sand. So all this time, Sphene wasn't alive. She lives, yet she does not. 'Tis adamantly a difficult distinction to make. Having inherited the memories of a departed soul, an Endless feels, thinks, and acts precisely as that person would. In that sense, I believe they are alive. The Alexandrians know about this, right? It can't have gone unnoticed that Sphene was perpetually youthful. No one really knows about the Endless. People who wear regulators don't even think about death. Everyone sees that the Queen doesn't change, but they just can't. But they just accept it. To them, it's just who she is. Other people in Everkeep Endless too. While there should be as many Endless as those who have died, I believe they are limited in where they can exist. Queen Sphene is unique in her ability to appear before you. Strictly speaking, I myself am not Endless. They are created using memories extracted from a soul. But my entire soul was placed inside a machine. Being inside a machine makes you different. How? While I do not understand the finer points, my life is bound to this vessel. If it breaks down, then it would be over for me, much like a being of flesh and blood. Hardly an endless, unchanging life? I'm sure you'll agree. An endless, unchanging life. I can't help but be reminded of the ear. Did Kafka and the others know about this? Considering their extensive intelligence gathering, I'd be surprised if they didn't. For now, let's show what we've learned with Kral and Raha. I can't help but have misgivings about this.
Nahe, is that you?
Good gods, Ellen Nespia! It's been too long, my friend. Where have you been all these years? What have you been doing with yourself? Hold on. They say Queen Sphene has guests from outside the barrier. That's you, I gather?
It seems so. I'm looking for my mother. Do you know where she is?
Your mother? Sorry, but what was she like again?
What? It's Kafkiwa. You know, the one who was too adventurous by half? Who journeyed with the Dawn Servant?
It's not ringing any bells.
You can't be serious. Ours was a tiny little village. Surely you remember her.
I really don't. It's all a blank.
Is anyone else here from the village?
Hey!
Huh? Elenespia?
I'm looking for Kafkiwa. Where is she?
What's this all of a sudden? Who's Kafkiwa?
This cannot be. The memories of the departed are taken away. No.
Nashville, where are you? The others will be here soon, so hurry back, won't you? Do you hear me? Say something, would you?
We did two artists. To hear about the Endless was something of a shock, but we likewise enjoyed the company. Above all, I'm glad that you and I could talk. Galuja, we're going to get along great, I just know. You think so? I'm happy for you, my boy. Now then, I presume you'll be returning to Everkeep. Permit me to accompany you. At least part of the way. About Sphene. It doesn't matter to me if she's an endless, whether she's alive like you and me. I've seen enough to know that she has a good heart. What worries me is the burden she bears. We still don't know what it is. I expect there are things she can't tell us, not with Zerolja's watching. But at the very least, I'd like to know what the Endless are to her. Sorry, I didn't mean to last. I just felt the urge to share my thoughts with you. Oh, on the way back, let's make a quick stop at Dawntrail. Drift down. I want to tell about how it went. Oh. Wrong one. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Where do I go? That way. Up here somewhere. There it is. Again? Oh, you are returned. We are able to find Galuja. We were, thanks to you. All's well with the boy. I'm relieved to hear that. And to know that he has family who worries for him. Galuja too must be glad. I hope so. I'll try not to rush or force anything, though. It's for him to decide what I am to him. My, what a pleasant surprise it is to see you in these parts. Sphene, what are you doing here? Visiting my people. Are you doing the same, perchance? I suppose we are, yes. Listen, there's something I'd like to talk about. Could we have a word in private? Excuse us. So, you know about the Endless. While we may not discuss it openly, my people will have surely noticed that I haven't changed for hundreds of years. I have made no attempt to conceal my nature. If I may ask though, who was it that told you about the Endless? Only a few should be familiar with the concept. I'm afraid I can't say. I bear no ill will towards this mysterious individual, lest that be concerned. I'm merely curious. Tell me, Sphene, you care for your people, that much is plain, and I assume you care for the Endless too. Earlier, in Everkeep, there was something you wanted to tell us. Was it to do with them? The Endless are as dear to me as my living citizens. They are as much my family. Yes, thank you. But they can only be sustained by meeting certain exacting requirements. Thus far I've managed to do so, but should more people die, I fear we would be pushed beyond our limits. The preservation demands vast amounts of energy. Energy. I don't understand the workings of it all, but there's something we can do to help. Would you willing to become an Alexandrian citizen? What? I have my nation, my people to protect. Can't just become Alexandrian. Indeed, I suppose you cannot. First you tell us to make peace, then you tell us to go home. What exactly is it that you want? The same as you, of course, to protect my people. Tell us more about the energy the Endless need. That I cannot say. I do not ask you to understand or like me, but I wish... I wish we had been born on the same side of it. Hey, what do you mean by that? Wait, Sphene? Well, well. Damn it. Well, I think we've kept everyone waiting long enough. Let's continue on to Everkeep. And let's not tell Otis about our conversation with Sphene. I don't want to risk causing him pain. Well, Sphene's not as good as she is portrayed to be. She's misjudging things. Let's collect these two quests, because I guarantee you they are Ether Current quests. Or this quest is. Yep. Up on my back. Oh, shit. Grab that, teleport there, do that. Whoop. Tournament ready. There's a quest I'm missing. Where it is though is entirely unknown to me. Probably need to go to the toilet here in a minute. And my whole family's home, so my internet's not exactly holding up as much as I would like, so I'm going to end early. Yeah, because Australian rural internet is garbage. Even with the NBN. I'll do this side quest and then do the next story mission. Oh, sorry, get back to the back rooms, and then I'll land. Okay, unless I get too distracted and forget I have to go to the toilet. Which happens to me because I hold my shit in too long. I needed information, I know. But, thanks. The cemetery. Is it a cemetery? Yep, it's a cemetery. I must admit, this is not the sort of place I expected to make idle conversation with strangers. Are you one of those travellers from beyond the barrier everyone's been talking about? That explains why I haven't seen you around. Let me ask you something, outsider. Have you ever visited a grave to pay your respects? I think that is a common aspect of many cultures, I suppose. In that case, perhaps you could help me with something. Take a stroll around the area, and if you happen to spot any particularly grimy gravestones, I ask that you wipe them off. Alright. People wear these days. Whenever someone dies, every last memory of their existence is erased. As an unfortunate consequence, this graveyard has been all but abandoned. But I'm going to fix that. What else am I to do? Stand idly and let the headstones be lost to time? No. If no one else will give a damn, then it will have to be me. In Thrall, I was taught to honor the dead. But here I am in the minority. Most seem content to forget and entrust their memories to the cloud. That's why I can't talk about it with the others. They wouldn't understand. Not like you do. Thanks again, stranger. You're welcome.
Why don't you come with us? You might get to see Sphene.
Tis a magnanimous and much appreciated offer, but I must decline. A part of me longs for an audience with Her Majesty, it is true. Yet, though it be in my previous life, I failed to protect my queen. I couldn't bear to show my face before her. And such an uncomely one besides.
All right. If that's how you feel, we won't force you. But rest assured, we'll visit with Gululja, and we hope you'll cook for us again.
It would be my pleasure. You are welcome to bring other comrades should you so desire. The more the merrier.
I've been looking all over for you!
Nostalgia, was it? What's the matter?
It's Zoralja. He marches to Vanguard.
So he's done waiting. But why weren't we alerted sooner?
Our transmissions are being jammed. The lookouts couldn't get through to us. Wayakwe is at Vanguard too, but I can't reach her. What are we to do?
Stay calm. Kafkiwa has yet to be alerted, yes? Take word to the back room as fast as you can.
Our link pearls may still work. I'll try contacting those in Tuliolo.
Oris, I need you to keep Gululja safe.
You needn't ask.
I want to go with you.
Absolutely not. A battle's no place for you.
Gululja, the people of the outskirts must be evacuated. For this crucial task, I require your assistance. Remember, when battle is at hand, anything can happen. Caution is as valuable as any blade.
Yes, sir.
I managed to get hold of Alphano. He'll inform Kona.
Good. How's the situation in Tulichola?
There's nothing to worry about, or so my brother assured me. With such short notice, though, I doubt they'll be fully prepared.
They'll be ready, I'm sure of it. The vow of reason is not to be underestimated.
Looks like we're not going back to the back rooms.
I'm coming, Sorolja. And we will finish this once and for all.
Alright. As I said, I'm going to end there as a bit of a cliffhanger, I know. But I really have to go. So, I'm going to... Alex... Right. No, we won't do that. Alright. Thank you all for watching, and I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. Actually, no, I won't be back tomorrow, I'll be back Friday. Wait, what day is it today? You said, yes, I'll be here tomorrow. Yep, I'll be doing this again tomorrow. Or I'll be doing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.